Hey everyone, back again with the Langrisser Mobile Lodoss Wars crossover events. Today's challenge is the Truth's Beckoning. So it's the first challenge where you can bring your own units. So the main mission of this challenge is to defeat Ashram, and Karla will be here to just basically support Ashram. So she has a DK ability, which is just AoE. She has Dark Disciple, so every 2 rounds at the start of the round, Ashram will get a massive damage reduction effect, which cannot be dispelled normally, and their third one is at the start of each round, Ashram gets a 1 random buff effect. Ashram himself has a talent where he gets increased stats at the start of every round, up to 4, and once he hits 4 he can act again and clear all the stacks. First ability is the Black Knight Raid, where he'll do a single target damage, but before battle, the target gets a debuff that makes the target take 100% increased damage, which can be stacked. One ring AoE that just does it does damage. It's two blocks, not 1 ring. That's weird. And also a third passive where every 3 rounds at the end of the turn he'll do 0.1 AoE damage, so really low AoE damage, and teleport anybody within his attack range basically next to him, and apply a debuff that makes them take max health damage at the end of their turn. It's similar to the ability from the Friday-Saturday joint battle. Pirotess here. At the end of the turn, 1 friendly unit within 2 blocks gets a buff that can dispel the damage reduction debuff that Karla grants. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by sieging up young Jessica. Once young Jessica is sieged up, I can faction buff. Gonna have TRS attack blessing. Attack. Act again. And attack again. So I'm confident my Leon can survive his single target attack even with the 100% damage increase. So I'm just gonna have Leon stand here. If your DPS or something can't survive, you can try to have your tank just take it instead. So I'm just gonna gospel Leon. So here, Ashram did get the buff that makes him take less damage. This is why I have young Jessica stand here, 2 blocks away from Pirotess as the only unit, so she can fireball out Ashram and dispel the buff as soon as possible. That way I can continue doing damage. So I'm going to start by having Leon leave Ashram's attack range. So that is the fixed damage that you take at the end of battle. That fixed damage can be immune. So for my juggler, I do have a bracer on him. So I'm going to Triton. And he's going to take the first proc, but immune the fixed damage after. Let's see. So now I'm going to have Daedalus attack. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake because the Elven Blessing does override Juggler's water buff. But that's going to be fine because Ashram should use his cleave ability. So since I'm expecting him to cleave, I'm just not going to heal. So this time he gets another damage increase ability from Karla's random buff, which is the when taking damage deals fixed damage. So I'm going to just gonna attack first, no reason not to, with Young Jessica. If you don't have Young Jessica, you can have either a long leg unit or a mage run back and forth. So have a mage stand here like Lana, run up 3, attack and dispel, and then run back at the end of the next turn. Now okay, so DK. Unfortunately, it didn't hit Juggler. I did make a mistake in my positioning there, but that's okay. So first, let's see. After he deals damage, he'll apply a debuff that makes you deal less damage. So I'm gonna start with healing up, of course. Right. Now that my sorcerers are full health, I'm gonna attack. Dispel the damage reduction debuff. Well, buff for Ashram, I suppose. Let's see. Okay. Juggler is gonna Triton up first. Then I'm going to have D-Lit move 3. So here Tierras gets the mobility down, which is also from the Whirling Wind Blade effect. The mobility down can be immune, but the fixed damage cannot. So I'm gonna start by, let's see. Just start by attacking with Young Jessica first, no reason not to. Okay, after taking damage, silences all enemies within attack range. So, going to faction buff. Just heal up. Leon's gonna attack. Just heal up both of them. And then I'm gonna have D-Lit. Gonna have D-Lit stand here for now, so I can avoid the silence. Okay, so now that the damage increase stacks up from Ashram's attack, I'm gonna have to be careful. So at the end of this turn, it's gonna drop back to 1 stack. So if I can get Juggler back to full health, I can manage. But as you can see, at 2 stacks, even though my Juggler is pretty durable normally, he still gets kind of shredded. So I'm gonna start by doing. Let's see. Start with Sea of Miracles here. Get rid of the silence. And then have Young Jessica get rid of the damage reduction. Then I'm going to Triton up. Okay. So I'm just gonna make a risky play and attack Blessing instead of a healing Juggler, because then I can attack. Oh. Okay, that looks like it. It's it. But normally I would plan to heal up with Liana Talent, and that should be okay to also survive his next attack regardless. So that's the general gist of it. If you do have a weaker team, you will need to rotate out your DPS a bit more, or rather your tank with a different tank to take his single target, Ashram's single target abilities. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.